And welcome to The Rock. Dima Mixon alongside Devin Witson here. And it's time for, it's game week, Devin. Can you believe it? You're used to seeing, just me on these videos, but Devin, welcome to instant reactions, bold predictions, everything that we do, and it's game week.
Hey, let's be honest. I'm glad it's back. Dima's glad it's back. We are all glad that it's finally back. We have waited 200 plus days to finally be back watching the most favorite and probably the best college sport of them all, college football. I mean, Dima, let's be honest, this first game we're talking about, Kentucky, we know the history behind it. 2016, Southern Miss went up to Lexington. They beat them, but the real question is, can it happen again?
Yeah. All right, so can Southern Miss go up there and beat Kentucky? What are the keys to the game? We're going to do this every week for every opponent. It'll be keys to the game, or can Southern Miss win? We're going to do bold predictions on a separate video, then game picks on another video like we do every year. And then after the game, if we're there, and if we're not, we're going to try to do it if we're not too, instant reactions to the game like we've done. Last year you saw me and Jackson do that a lot, and this year it's going to be me and Devin. So Devin, welcome to the team. So first and foremost, can Southern Miss beat Kentucky?
Well, I'll say it's possible. It is very possible, but it will not be easy in the slightest. I mean, we're going to talk about one of my main points that I've really hammered down on a lot of times when I talk about teams like this, but especially with a team like Kentucky, that offense. Brock Vandagriff, Barian Brown, dynamic duo. I'm expecting a big game from both when it comes to that game up in Lexington. And if not Barian Brown, then you have more. You got Keys. It's just a lot of very talented players on that SEC squad, really, or just any squad that plays in the SEC that is very talented. But I'm not saying it's unlikely. I'm not saying it won't happen, but it is very possible. It can happen. It may happen, but you never know.
Yeah, Kentucky has probably one of the better rosters they've probably ever assembled to play this year. They're one of the, I guess, sleeper picks to win the SEC. Deion Walker is a guy that you're going to be hearing a lot on the broadcast Saturday night if you do watch the game. He's projected to be a top 5 draft pick for them, defensive lineman. He's on the interior defensive lineman, so that Southern Miss offensive line will get their first test, big test. We've talked about all fall camp about how much improvement that offensive line has seen, but they get their big first test against this Kentucky defensive front. Now, I think the back end of Kentucky is a little bit there. The question marks on the defense is more on the back end of Kentucky, similar to Southern Miss, where if they could give whoever the quarterback is a lot of protection, he can probably get it to Larry Simmons, he can probably get it to Dennis Jackson, he can get it to Ty Mims, all of these players who, potentially could see some action there. Can Southern Miss win? I think they can, but the biggest thing is they have to control the line of scrimmage. And Devin, I just feel like that's going to be really tough against that defensive front. And then if you look over in the offensive side, you don't know if you favor the defensive line yet over Kentucky's offensive line, but that offensive line, labeled with all the talent they have there, really hard for Southern Miss to control the line of scrimmage in a game like this.
And that's probably going to be the main point, controlling the line of scrimmage. That is going to be the main focus that really Southern is going to have to hammer down in these next couple of days before they make that trip. We talked about that one person, but that entire D-line is going to be on them all night long. And plus, it's going to be at 7:30 Eastern time, correct?
Yeah.
So it's a night game. First one for Kentucky. Always a big game for Kentucky. They're going to stripe out the stadium. It's what they want. They want to go up in there, make a statement, not only to the rest of the SEC, probably to the rest of the nation, saying, hey, this is the best roster that Kentucky football has had in who knows how long. They want to go out there, make a statement, but it's on Southern Miss to not be the team that has that statement made towards.
Yes, and I think another point of this is Kentucky will not overlook Southern Miss like they did in 2016. Not necessarily maybe that they overlooked them, but they know what this program is. They know what the history is, and we'll see what happens. So we both say Southern Miss can win. Will they win? Well, you're going to have to check out our bold predictions and game picks on this YouTube channel, so you can look down below to find those game picks and bold predictions. Game picks will be out Thursday. Today is Wednesday, so you'll see the bold predictions. But yes, so we'll be covering the game, watching the game. You can follow Devin on Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter. You can read our coverage at sm2media.com. Southern Miss, Kentucky, Game 1 of the 2024 season, 6:45 Central Time on SEC Network. Stay tuned for bold predictions and game picks here on the Southern Miss Student Media channel.